The United States will not support military funding for Ukraine at the level of 2022-2023 since Ukraine is able to defend itself. The United States is seeking to help Ukraine build its own military industrial base. This was stated by spokesperson for the U.S. Department of State, Matthew Miller. At the same time, he emphasized that now there have been no changes in the U.S. strategy regarding assistance to Ukraine. It will be supported as long as it is necessary.
We have always made clear that we want Ukraine to be an independent country, and that means that it can stand on its own 2 feet. We will continue to support Ukraine. It is the policy of the United States.
As long as it takes?
As long as it takes. That does not mean that we are going to continue to support them at the same level of military funding that we did in 2022 and 2023. We don't think that should be necessary because the goal is to ultimately transition Ukraine, to use the language that you repeated back to stand on its own feet and to help Ukraine build its own industrial base and its own military industrial base so it can both finance and build and acquire munitions on its own.
He also emphasized that it is very important that Congress adopts an additional aid package of $61 billion for 2024 because now Ukraine still cannot defend itself from the aggressor on its own.
The White House has asked Congress several times since August. At least twice it was officially in the form of request, and there were many consultations in the dialogue format, that Congress should accordingly accept this assistance to Ukraine, Israel and Taiwan in one package, which the administration requested.
The U.S. State Department spokesperson also said that it was now quite clear that Russia had already failed in the war against Ukraine. He does not believe that the war against Ukraine is now developing in Russia's favor.
There are going to be battlefield developments back and forth where you see each side gaining or losing territory. But when you look at the ultimate stakes of this war, it's quite clear that Ukraine is going to exit this war independent, strong, with an improved economy, and looking west when what Russia wanted at the outset was not just a Ukraine that was looking east, but Ukraine that was actually part of Russia.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin said that the United States, together with its allies, would help Ukraine create forces capable of containing Russia in the coming years.
Dr. King once said that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. We are living in just such a time, and we must all decide on where we stand. So we are determined to help Ukraine fight to defend its territory and its citizens. Lloyd Austin, United States Secretary of Defense, the Pentagon Press Service reported.
According to him, the United States intends to restrain Russia from further aggression, including against NATO allies. Let us recall that earlier the coordinator for strategic communications and the National Security Council in the White House, John Kirby, assured that Washington will do everything possible to ensure that the Ukrainians continue to receive the necessary weapons. Reported by Dana Kolesnik, Yulia Bil, UATV News.